I went to meet Leo's parents to get their approval for our marriage. It was supposed to be a happy encounter, so I never expected to be met with such heartless words. That's a profession that's going to be in less demand in the future. You should start considering a career change. Leo's father looked down on my profession. Did you even graduate from college or a proper school? Leo's father implied that graduating from a vocational school meant having a poor education. I wasn't sure about getting along with someone with such outdated values, but I never imagined he would cause trouble even at our wedding. My name is Kara. My parents divorced when I was little. I think I was around 4 years old when they split up. I was weak as a child and was frequently in and out of the hospital. As young as I was, even I have faint memories of my time in the hospital, so I can only imagine how hard it must have been for my mom. When I was born, I had breathing issues, so I was admitted to the pediatric ward. My mother could only see me during scheduled feeding times, and she said her post-delivery hospital stay was very lonely. Due to financial reasons, my mom was discharged first. I stayed in the pediatric ward while she brought frozen breast milk to the hospital. Even after being discharged, I would often catch colds that led to more hospital stays. It's because I couldn't give her a healthy body, my mom would blame herself whenever she saw how frail I was. If I had eaten healthier during my pregnancy, this wouldn't have happened. My condition caused my mom to fall into a deep depression. Every time I was hospitalized, she would blame herself again. My dad never blamed my mom for my weak health. This is probably just a phase. She'll get stronger as she grows up. My dad intended to encourage her, but my mom took it as further blame. My mom used to be a driven career woman before having me. She had planned to take 1 year of maternity leave and then returned to work by putting me in daycare. But because of my fragile health, she couldn't work as she had planned. However, by the time I turned 1, I was finally able to start daycare. But my weak immune system meant I frequently caught colds from other kids at daycare. She has a fever again. Why is my baby always the one getting sick? Every time I caught a summer cold or a viral infection, my mom had to leave work early or sometimes skip work altogether. When my mom took extended leave to care for me during my hospital stays, she often faced judgmental stares from her coworkers. Your child is sick? Again? Are you sure it's not just an excuse? You're really causing trouble for the team with all these sudden absences. Maybe it would be better if you just quit. Although parental leave policies existed, they were rarely used, and the work culture made it difficult for my mom to take time off for childcare. Despite the difficult environment, my mom poured all her love and energy into raising me. Kara, dinner's ready. Look, I made your favorite meatloaf tonight. No matter how tired she was, my mom always cooked homemade meals for me. Then one day, out of the blue, my dad left us. It turns out that my dad had been having an affair. He said he couldn't handle my mom's constant self-blame while raising me and wanted to escape from it all. My mom broke down in tears. Why? I've worked so hard for this family. With my dad gone, it was just my mom and me from then on. By the time I reached elementary school, my health had improved and I no longer needed to be hospitalized for every little cold. My mom settled into her new job and we began living a modest but peaceful life. Then one day, my mom introduced me to my new dad. My new father, Kevin, was a towering man over 6 feet tall with a warm, friendly demeanor. At first, I felt unsure about him, but his kind personality gradually won me over. The amusement park was so much fun. Kevin, can we go again? Of course, Kara. How about the aquarium next time? Kevin made meals for me, helped me with my homework, and put effort into being a real part of our family. When I started middle school, my mom had a baby girl and I got a much younger sister named Lila. Lila was adorable and our whole family doted on her. Lila, let's read this picture book together today. With Kevin and my mom working together, raising Lila became an enjoyable experience. Taking care of my little sister inspired me to dream of becoming a preschool teacher. When I entered high school, I often studied with my best friend Tara and talked about our future plans. Kara, do you really want to be a preschool teacher? It sounds tough, but I think it's perfect for you. Thanks, Tara, but maybe you should study more too instead of just watching anime all the time. In my senior year of high school, I met Leo through a study group organized by Tara's older brother. Leo was 5 years older, worked at a local bank, and was not only brilliant but also fluent in several languages. So how are you doing in math now? Is it starting to make more sense to you? Yes, your explanations are so easy to understand, Leo. Through our conversations, I gained the confidence to fully commit to my dream. After high school, I enrolled in a vocational school to pursue my goal of becoming a preschool teacher. Leo continued studying alongside his job, aiming to earn advanced certifications. Kara, watching you work so hard inspires me to keep pushing myself to grow. It's because you're here for me, Leo. That's why I can do my best. When I graduated, I was offered a position as a preschool teacher, fulfilling my dream. At a dinner celebrating my new job, Leo proposed to me. Kara, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? Marrying Leo felt like a dream come true, and I happily accepted his proposal. We began preparing for the wedding, choosing our new home, and visiting both families to share the news. However, when we visited Leo's parents, I encountered unexpected challenges. On the day of the meeting, I prepared myself as thoroughly as possible. How do I look? Is this outfit okay? You look perfect. And don't worry about a thing. Just be your usual charming self, and I know my parent will love you as much as I love you, Kara. When we arrived at Leo's family home, I was stunned. It was a sprawling mansion. Leo's father lived there with his second wife, Stephanie. Stephanie greeted us warmly at the door, her demeanor kind and welcoming. Welcome! Thank you for coming all this way. Nice to meet you. I'm Kara. Thank you so much for inviting us today. Stephanie's kind smile eased my nerves slightly, but Leo's father, Bill, quickly shifted the atmosphere with his commanding presence. So, you're Kara. He scrutinized me from head to toe as if sizing me up. And what is it that you do for work? I started working as a preschool teacher this spring. At that moment, Bill let out a dismissive snort and launched into his opinions. A preschool teacher, huh? That's a career with dwindling demand. With birth rates declining, your job security doesn't look very promising. Bill then shifted his focus to my educational background. Vocational school? So you didn't even go to a real college? His words left me speechless. Leo quickly stepped in to defend me, but Bill's attitude remained unchanged. Dad, Kara studied hard at her school and earned her certification. That's more than respectable. Hardly a match for someone like you, son, who graduated at the top of your class from a prestigious university. Bill's prejudiced remarks filled me with anger and disappointment. That first meeting with Bill left me emotionally drained. On the drive home, I let out a deep sigh. I'm so exhausted. Honestly, I'm not sure I can get along with your dad. Kara, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize my dad could be like that. Leo apologized for his father's remarks, but my frustration lingered. Despite everything, we had to move forward with planning our wedding. I tried to brush off Bill's comments and began planning the destination wedding I'd always dreamed of. We decided to hold the wedding in Milan, but that meant aligning both families' expectations. Stephanie fully supported our plans. Milan? That sounds amazing. I'm sure it'll be a beautiful wedding. Bill, on the other hand, kept making unnecessary comments. We should invite some of the bankers from Milan. It'd be a good chance for the Milan branch staff to join in and enjoy themselves too. Bill's suggestion drastically increased our guest list, leaving us scrambling to adjust. With so many extra guests, how are we going to manage the budget? Kara, don't worry. I'll figure it out. Thanks to Leo's support, I was able to stay positive and keep moving forward with the preparations. As we worked on the wedding plans, my mom and Stephanie grew close and started to support me together. Kara, just relax. This is your wedding. You should enjoy it. Exactly. If anything comes up, we'll handle it. With the two of them by my side, things started falling into place. 1 week before the wedding, we arrived in Milan. While the stunning cityscapes took my breath away, our days were consumed by the hectic final preparations for the wedding. But as expected, Bill stirred up trouble again. He had apparently invited local bankers to our pre-wedding dinner without consulting either me or Leo. This is the perfect chance for Milan's financial elite to network and make an impression. His words made it painfully clear. Bill wasn't here for our wedding. He was here to advance his own agenda. Bill, this wedding is about us. Please don't bring your own motives into it. But he dismissed my words entirely and continued with his plans. Thankfully, Stephanie and my mom were there to keep my spirits up. Kara, you're going to make such a wonderful bride. She's absolutely right. Don't forget, we're here to support you every step of the way. Their words were a lifeline, helping me push past my doubts and keep going. At the pre-wedding dinner, Bill found yet another way to make things difficult for me. He started talking about my profession in front of the assembled bankers. She's a preschool teacher, but honestly, I don't see much of a future in that. The room fell silent, and my face grew hot with embarrassment. Dad, that's completely inappropriate. This isn't the time or place for that. I'm just stating the truth. It's not exactly a profession fitting for a family of high achievers like ours. His words cut like a knife, but I forced myself to stay composed. I reminded myself that I wasn't alone. I had people who supported me, and their belief in me was enough. As Bill continued his tirade, memories from my childhood flashed through my mind. I thought of how I overcame my fragile health with my mom's unwavering support. I remembered how my mom raised me with love even after my father abandoned us. Bill's words stung, but they wouldn't break me. The wedding day arrived and the weather was perfect. A sunny day with a gentle breeze. Dressed in white, I stood ready to embrace the moment I'd dreamed of for so long. But midway through the reception, Bill, already drunk, caused yet another scene. It's time for a speech. Everyone listen up. Ridiculous as it was, he loudly demanded that I give my speech in Italian. You said that you can speak Italian, right? Well, here's your chance to prove it. As murmurs filled the room, I made a decision. All right, then I hope you'll listen carefully, Bill. I scrapped my prepared speech and began speaking in fluent Italian. When I finished speaking, the room erupted in applause and astonished whispers. Bill turned beet red, rendered speechless. Grandpa, didn't you understand any of that? I can teach you Italian if you want. Lila's innocent remark brought laughter to the room, and I finally felt at ease. After the wedding, Leo and I embarked on our new journey as husband and wife. We kept a healthy distance from Bill while deepening our relationships with Stephanie and the rest of the family. We chose a home in a neighborhood that was convenient for both my work and Leo's job. This house is perfect for us. Quiet, cozy, and feels like home already. It really is. I can already picture us creating so many new memories here. As life settled into a rhythm, I found fulfillment in my work as a preschool teacher. There was nothing more rewarding than watching the children in my care grow and thrive. However, challenges loomed at work. Staff shortages and discussions about improving conditions for teachers were ongoing issues. Seeing these struggles, I began thinking of ways to support more parents and children beyond just my classroom. That idea planted the seed of a new dream, opening my own preschool one day. Leo and I supported each other and enjoyed the peaceful days we were building together. Weekends went spent picnicking in the nearby park or cooking meals together at home, slowly shaping the life we wanted to share. Leo, how about a trip to the home improvement store this weekend? I'd love to add some plants to the house. Great idea. It'll make the place feel even cozier. Amid these everyday moments, I started noticing subtle changes in my body. I found myself craving different foods and feeling unusually tired. Small but noticeable differences. Lately, I've been so sleepy and I feel like I've been eating more than usual. That sounds like... Maybe you should take a test? Taking Stephanie's advice, I picked up a pregnancy test. The moment I saw the result, my heart raced, overwhelmed with a mix of joy and nervous anticipation. I decided to share the news with Leo that evening. After dinner, as we sat on the couch in the living room, I worked up the courage to start the conversation. Leo, there's something I need to tell you. What is it? You look serious. Is something wrong? No, it's not bad. It just might surprise you a little." I took his hand gently, took a deep breath, and continued. "It looks like we're having a baby." The moment he heard the words, Leo's expression shifted from surprise to pure joy. "Really? Kara, that's the best news ever. Thank you." He pulled me into a tight hug, repeating thank you over and over. The news of my pregnancy brought a new kind of happiness that colored our lives in a beautiful way. We started preparing for the baby little by little, enjoying every part of the process. "Leo, what do you think about this book?" "I think it'd be great for the baby." "It's perfect. I can already tell you're going to be a great mom." The joy of welcoming a new life strengthened our bond as a family even more. Amidst these joyful moments, Bill occasionally reached out, casting a shadow over our peace. He frequently expressed a desire to reconcile, even offering apologies for his past behavior. If my dad truly wants to change, he'll need to prove it over time through his actions. We responded cautiously to his words, knowing that the pain from the past wouldn't heal so easily. Stephanie, too, was embarking on a new chapter in her life. After the wedding, Stephanie finalized her divorce from Bill. Throughout their marriage, Stephanie had endured Bill's arrogance and controlling behavior. He believed his opinions were absolute, rarely if ever considering Stephanie's thoughts or feelings. For years, she has supported Bill in his career, but she rarely received even a word of gratitude in return. His indifference and coldness gradually eroded her sense of self-worth. The turning point came during Kara and Leo's wedding. Watching Bill publicly humiliate Kara and belittle her dreams and efforts was the final straw for Stephanie. That day, seeing Bill hurt you like that, I realized I couldn't endure it anymore. Reflecting on her marriage, she recognized how often she had been ignored and suppressed. She began to feel a powerful desire to reclaim her own life. Through the divorce, Stephanie rediscovered herself and found the courage to pursue a new career. I'm working at the local community center now. It's so fulfilling to help with their children's education programs. She chose to work with children because it allowed her to channel her kindness and deep sense of empathy. Her dedication and enthusiasm became a source of inspiration for my own aspirations. Seeing Stephanie's determination to live authentically gave me the courage to pursue my dreams as well. Motivated by my experiences, I began taking small steps toward my new dream. With Stephanie's help, I started hosting parenting workshops at the community center. A preschool isn't just a place to drop off kids. It should be a second home where they can grow and feel secure. Many parents attended the workshops and resonated with my ideas. Listening to you made me realize how important it is to truly connect with my child. Their feedback gave me the confidence to keep moving forward. Together as a family and as individuals, we'll continue to grow and look toward the future. With a baby on the way, I believe our lives would become even more meaningful and fulfilling. Kara, whatever challenges come our way, let's face them together. Of course, together I know we can overcome anything. With a new dream and the bond of family, our story was far from over.